Hey, Don Georgievich here, jobinterviewtools.com. Today I'm going to talk about work history gaps. And in today's economy, everybody's got them. Everybody has sort of a bit of a speckled history, 6-month layoff here, 1 year here, there, that little bit of job hopping. These questions often come up in the interview. They're going to say, hey, I noticed you got some work history gaps here. What can you tell me about those? Why do you have those? I'm going to show you how you can answer those questions honestly and kind of fill the gaps and satisfy your interviewer in the end, make you look good. So this is something that they don't hold against you. Okay, let's get started and let me show you how I do this. Okay, so you've got some work history gaps on your resume, and I'm going to give you a couple ideas on how you can deal with those. Generally, what goes along with work history gaps are a lack of gaining current and relevant experience in your career. Those two kind of go hand in hand together, and they're both like a double negative against you. The best way to really answer that kind of stuff is to just be truthful and honest with your interviewer. Just tell them what happened. Tell them why you've been out of work. Whatever the deal was. A lot of times people will have a medical reason, and not themselves. I mean, sometimes they are sick and they have to leave work. But what can be more common is where you might have to quit your job, and this has happened to a lot of people. They have to quit their job and they have to go home to take care of a sick family member. Sometimes your mom. She might get sick and you got to take some time off from work to go be with her. If that's the case, when you use that as a reason for a work history gap, don't get into all the details, all the medical details, all the operations and all that kind of intricate stuff. Interviewers really don't want to hear that. All they really want to hear is, why you have the gap. Okay, so your mom was sick, you took some time off from work. Okay, that's fine. Just give them a quick overview of what happened. And another thing that kind of goes along with that, say you took off 2 years from work, you're going to have lost a lot of experience during that time because you weren't working. So the next question is, how do you make up for that lack of current work experience? What are you supposed to tell interviewers when they ask you this now? The best way to go about this is you want to let them know that you've been doing something. Maybe you've been volunteering at a church, maybe a school. In some way, you want to leverage some of the experience that you've gained during that time by showing that you've been volunteering or that you have been doing some kind of self-study at home. You've been reading books, maybe you're taking online classes, magazines. Give them something to chew on that shows that you weren't sitting on your butt for the past 6 months, year, 2 years, or whatever the case may be, and that you're not there. That you don't want them to be like the first place that you start working to get your feet wet again. They're not out there to do you any favors. Okay. You want to show them that your skills are still up to par, just as good as somebody who was working, a very short time ago. Otherwise, you're not going to be competitive when you're interviewing for other jobs. So, in short, try to use some type of volunteer experience or personal training that you've done to keep your skills up to date, and that way you can kind of get around the work history gap questions and lack of relevant experience. Does that sound good? That's all I have for you today. This is Don Georgievich with jobinterviewtools.com. Hey, if you like these videos, why don't you tweet them out to your friends or put them on Facebook? I'd love that. That'd be great. If you need more interview questions and answers, feel free to stop by my website, jobinterviewtools.com. And while you're there, sign up for my free email class. I'm going to send you all kinds of good stuff, no junk, just real good stuff in your email inbox every day, stuff that's just going to help you do a better job of interviewing. I'm going to share with you some of the problems that other people have had. I'm going to give you some tips on how to polish up your resume, all kinds of good stuff like that. So good luck on your next interview, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.